Welcome back to Double Shot.
Welcome back, girl.
Cheers.
Cheers. To 27 whole freaking years.
Almost.
Almost.
Nearly. Approaching it rapidly.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, we'll get into that in a little bit.
But how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling older, wiser. I haven't turned 27 yet, but
Soon.
I'm feeling that way.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Feeling like I still have a few weeks before I turn 27.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously because we're connected, I like feel you.
You feel what I feel as an empath.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel. I feel like I'm enjoying this glass of white wine. I think it's quite tasty.
We're really like kind of mom vibe tonight.
Yeah.
Like I'm wearing my yoga pants.
We just ate a rotisserie chicken for dinner.
Yeah.
Because live on the edge a little bit.
Like we're 27 for crying out loud.
And
treat yourself to the rotis chick.
Yeah. It's not that much more expensive than...
And a crisp glass of white wine on this fine Saturday.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to jump into roasts?
Yeah. I mean, we already answered what we're drinking.
Yeah. True. So earlier today, I told you about how when I thought of this roast, I was out grocery shopping and something about my circumstances made me think about this. So I was in the grocery store wearing my velour pants and like Blundstones. It was night. It was like a Tuesday night or something. It was dark out. I was like, I can get away with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonder that I'm just
I can
out.
get away with it.
It's a wonder that I'm just out doing my groceries right now.
Right.
So, but like I felt like I had the world's skinniest ankles strapped into my Blundstones with my baggy velour pants like flowing in the wind.
Yeah.
So that made me think of your yoga pants naturally because they like to blow around in the wind in a very similar way.
In a
very whimsical
way.
way. And it specifically reminded me of the time that we went to IKEA and you were carrying in boxes to return. And you are tall, like I'll give that to you. You are a tall person. So you ordering the tall sized pants made sense. Mm-hmm. But they're long.
These are for like actually
someone who's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, like
you're kind of being performatively tall by ordering that. Like you could have ordered a regular size.
But I actually fear if I ordered the regular ones, they would be kind of floods on me.
Maybe.
And maybe I just need to be kind of that in between, or I just need to get these hemmed and stop being lazy.
That could also work.
I think that's the solution. And these are like so long on me that...
Well, let me explain that when we were at IKEA and your hands were busy holding the boxes and we were walking inside, I had to stand behind you and walk behind you and pull your pants up for you so that your pants didn't drag on the ground and that you didn't trip. And it was like wet outside and it was windy and I felt like I was like following you down the aisle or like on a red carpet holding up your gown.
Yeah.
But it was actually just your Gap yoga pants.
And hey, that's the future.
Well, yes.
As my future maid of honor, you will be, making sure that my veil is
future maid of honor
fluffed up in the wind.
I'm gonna cry. So, and that your yoga pants.
I don't even know if I would opt for a veil. By the way, I don't know.
But the yoga pants that are under your wedding dress, I'll also be having to hoist those up too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I won't have them hemmed by then.
No. But that's why I'm here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know I should get them hemmed, and I think it's like especially an issue with all the slush on the roads. Like it's like not the type of pant that I can be wearing in this weather.
No, and once you
will do it.
Once we move out of like boot season and stuff, and it's like sneaker time. And you're like losing a bit of extra platform off like the ground.
I'm wearing these with flip-flops. Like, come on now.
We're just dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
You're better than that.
I'm better than that. Anyways.
If
anyone wants to come over and hem my yoga pants, feel free.
Do you have a roast for me?
I do have a roast for you. There's a little bit of a story time involved in my roast because there's some explaining to be done. I would classify this as a very light roast.
Okay.
Because I think it could have been me. if I had gone first in this scenario. So, context. Kate and I went to the famous Orange Julep for the first time last week. If you're not familiar with Montreal in this way, first of all, I apologize. Second of all, the Orange Julep in Montreal is a massive orange.
Like James and the Giant Peach, but it's a gigantic orange.
It's a gigantic orange off the highway in Montreal, and they have like, it's like a fast food place. Yeah. They have poutine, they have hot dogs that are fucking Pogos. Massive.
Yeah.
They have, yeah. And so anyways, full food offering, but the only beverage that they serve is their house-made orange juice, which is, not to be a hater, sorry if you like the orange juice from Orange Julep. I think it's
called the Orange Julep. Isn't that literally what it's called?
Yes, it's called the Orange Julep.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's very pulpy. I didn't love it. They only serve orange juice. We didn't know this going into our Orange Julep experience. So we roll up to the orange and Kate goes, "Can I have a Diet Coke, please?" And the lady goes, "Yeah, so we only have orange juice here."
Sorry, we actually only serve Orange Julep.
Yes. So that's part one of my roast. Part two of my roast is the fact that you thought it was like somehow owned by Dairy Queen. And like, do you want to explain that?
I do, because that was where I thought you were going with this. Mm-hmm. And then I remember the Diet Coke and I was like, oh, that was actually really embarrassing. The inside of this giant orange, by the way, also has like a bit of a like tube system where you can see.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to pause you. Like, if you can hear a cat meowing, it's just because Olive is going crazy. I'm sorry. Like, what?
Where are
what
you?
What do you want? I'm sorry, we don't have a third mic. You can't be a guest on the podcast yet.
But yeah, I guess that's a good...
I just know that she's not going to stop, so I feel like I need to address it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Acknowledge the cat in the room.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying... It was a little embarrassing for me to have tried to order a Diet Coke because there are like tubes that run inside of this giant orange where you can see the orange juice. Like it's a little Charlie and the Chocolate Factory-esque. Mm-hmm. And it's like, like they only serve that. This is literally their like namesake item. So now the
and
latter
it was
part,
so like, ma'am, this is Orange Julep.
Like, ma'am, we don't serve Diet Coke.
Ma'am, this is Orange Julep.
You're inside of a giant orange. Mm-hmm. Now, for the latter part of your roast, I actually think that there's a very reasonable explanation for this, and it's that Dairy Queen serves the Orange Julius, mm-hmm. which is like a creamsicle type orange juice thing, I think. I wouldn't know. I've never had it. Similar to how I have never had the Orange Julep, mm-hmm. which is also an orange juice that has a certain like creamsicle-esque thing, probably from the way that they like make it. You know, it's creamy. Mm-hmm. Now, I also want to add in, when you leave Montreal in the direction of Toronto, do you not pass a Dairy Queen that is also shaped like an orange? Or is it just an old-timey Dairy Queen?
I have no idea what you're talking about. The only fruit-shaped thing that I pass is the Big Apple.
No. So this is like you're still very, like you've just like crossed that bridge leaving.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So anyways, I thought that place was also shaped like an orange. Now that I'm there in my mind, I actually don't think it is shaped like an orange.
If anyone knows what Kate is talking about, please leave a comment below.
But I think that it's like a fair assumption that I was like, oh, Orange Julep, Orange Julius. These are the same things. Mm-hmm. And I was like crazy that the Orange Julep is owned by Dairy Queen. But I guess, what do I know? Apparently nothing.
It's not.
Yeah, that's a valid roast. And
that orange is independent.
I guess so. Mm-hmm. And now that I've been, I see it everywhere. Like, I was at the movie theaters.
Well, you can't miss it.
Well, it's a giant orange. But I was at the movie theater the other night, mm-hmm. and they had like the iconic Montreal things kind of like plastered on the wall as like a wallpaper.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's the Orange Julius. Mm-hmm. Julep. Julepius. Like,
they're still the same in your brain. I see you haven't made the division yet.
But it's there. I was like, I've been there. I've been inside that orange. So today we are doing our first ever birthday episode.
Birthday! Yay!
So for anyone who doesn't know, Vic and I are both Aries, and we are born.
If you don't know, it's not like we've talked about for the past fucking 5 episodes.
Vic and I are born.
If you're tuning in for the first time today.
Vic and I are born 2 weeks apart. Vic is the 2nd of April. I am the 16th of April.
Mm-hmm. Worst 2 weeks of my life without having you on this planet with me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyways.
Thanks for saying it. I know we were all thinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided that what better way to celebrate our turning 27 than to do 26 things we've learned in our 26 years on the planet. Mm-hmm. So we're going to ping pong back and forth and
pass on our wisdom.
Yeah. And we don't know what the other person has said.
I'm really excited to see what you've written down.
I know.
I think this is going to be a really fun chat.
I know. I'm excited. So do we want to just start?
Let's just jump right into it.
Okay. Me first, you first?
Go for it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up my notes app. Okay. So.
I think for myself, I'll just preface by saying, like, I'm aware that a lot of these things are not, like, oh my God, groundbreaking stuff. I also will preface by saying some of them are lessons that I'm still learning.
Oh,
that I, like, have learned time and time again, and
Yeah.
they keep showing up in my life in different ways, and I'm still being, like, hit with the facts of what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just life, you know?
I would agree with that. Nothing profound necessarily going on over here, but I feel like I tried to, like, look back and think about big themes that I, like, there was a time when I did not know them.
Right. Yeah.
To be true. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll start. Mm-hmm. Well, love is real because I see it all around myself every day, and I always have, and I'm very lucky for that. But to go along with that, that heartbreaks heal and broken hearts heal. And I know earlier you said, like, some of these lessons I'm still learning and will continue to learn. This is one that I will probably continue to learn as I get my heart broken. I mean, I don't hope that I have many more, but, like, hearts can break in lots of different ways, and like,
and they'll always heal, and, like,
even when it feels like they won't.
Yeah.
Because it always feels like they won't. Mm-hmm. But I have learned that they will.
Yeah. I think that's a really great lesson. And also, I feel like when you are going through a heartbreak, it feels like you'll always feel this way, and it feels so permanent, and it feels like you'll never be on the other side of it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it feels like you'll never ever let yourself be in a situation where this could happen again.
Mm-hmm. Never open yourself up, and, like,
and then you do. Mm-hmm. And then you go through it again, but that's okay.
And that's
life. Yeah. So that's mine. Mine aren't all going to be so womp womp, but
no, I love
that's
that.
my number one.
That's beautiful.
Well, that's not my number one, but it's, like, the first thing on my list.
Mm-hmm. My number one is never withhold a compliment or an apology. I think it can be applied to both, and it's something that, like, once you feel it or once you have the urge to either compliment something and something comes up that you like and you're like, you want to voice it, it can only do good to speak it out loud and let it be known that you like something, or to pass along the compliment. And similarly, once you feel like you have to apologize for something, I think that's a very clear sign that you should.
Totally.
And the longer that you withhold that, usually, in my experience, the worse the situation gets.
I like those.
If you do feel that way, then, like, act on it.
Yeah. Those are good.
Again, things that I'm still learning, especially with the compliment one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm not great at giving compliments, because I'm like, oh my God, it's kind of weird. I don't know this person. I can't, like, pass along the compliment. It's not that serious. Just compliment people.
It can make someone's day.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Thanks.
Okay, my number two, I feel like, honestly, not that much of a explanation to go with this, but hard work does pay off. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't always feel like it. And a lot of the time you feel like you do work hard and nothing will come of it. But I think when you look big picture, you realize that the hard work you put in in different areas of your life, they might pay off in other ways that are not necessarily the way that you thought, but they when you put in all that effort, like something will
happen with it. Yeah.
Because you care and you're trying so hard.
Mm-hmm. Really great stuff. And also, like, it might not happen as immediately as you think, but then when you look back, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Like, the energy that I'm putting into this is going somewhere.
Yeah.
Love that. I have, it only needs to make sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this can be applied to, like, actually anything that you want to do or anything that you like or anything that excites you. Like, you don't need an explanation for it beyond the fact that it just makes sense to you and, like, you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if, like, everyone in your life is like, I don't really like that. I don't understand why you want to do this. Like, if you feel the excitement in you, like, just follow it.
I really like that one.
Thanks.
Next, I have oil changes are not optional.
And, like, as a new car owner, I
haven't learned that one yet.
I haven't learned that one.
You'll learn that in your 27th year.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically think about the time that I went and I was past due for my oil change and my dad was in the car with me. So already I was like, I can't,
nervous.
My dad's in the car with me. And I knew that
I can't get anything past that guy.
I was like, I know that I'm past due for this, but it was like so dire that the oil change person was like, do you have like a light on or something? Like, you have no oil in this car. I don't know how it's still running. And I was like, oh, nope, no lights on. Like,
she didn't tell me
she's
anything.
purring like a cat, I thought. Yeah. But then I learned that, like, your car really can drive differently after you actually put oil in it. Yeah. So I've learned that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Next, I have let karma do its thing. Because it always does.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the time when you feel the need to take action, you feel the need to, like, fight back on a situation or, like, prove yourself, like, just give it time. And in my experience, karma has had my back in a lot of ways. And it doesn't have to come from your energy, you know? You can just trust that karma will do its thing.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. I have that in my 26 years on this earth, I have learned the names of all 3 members of Migos. Now let me tell you them. Offset, Quavo, and Takeoff.
Woo! The context of this is that for the longest time, honestly, until very, very recently,
I would pop the question out of nowhere. We would be in the car on a long drive and I would go, quick, who are the 3 members of Migos? And we couldn't remember who Takeoff was.
It's always Takeoff.
Because he doesn't really shout his name like the others do.
Yeah. Because Offset will go, Offset, and then Quavo.
And
you never hear Takeoff.
So I've learned them all.
We'll never forget now.
No.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, once you learn it, it sticks with you. Mm-hmm. Actually, I mean, it takes some time, but then eventually it will stick with you. I have sometimes rejection is redirection.
Good one.
Because I have just, like, experienced that to be true. And it's something that I try to remind myself of whenever I am rejected in any type of way or something doesn't come to life and I have to accept it. Like, it's something that I try to keep going back to.
Yeah. I have that driving people to the airport is the most nostalgic and fulfilling act of service. I love it. I think growing up, I can remember always being in the car to go do the airport drop-offs. Mm-hmm. And I grew up on the east end of Toronto, and for the longest time, like, there was just the giant airport that's more like it's on the west end.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a long drive to get across the city, but I remember that feeling of, like, either someone dropping me off at the airport or me going to drop off one of my parents, or I remember the first time when I had my license, I dropped my mom off at the airport. And I love that feeling now. Like, I dropped you off at the airport when you went on holiday last summer, or I've picked you up at the airport, and like we picked up friends when they came back, and I just think it's so special, and
it's really sweet. It's kind of like sending them off on a good note.
And I've just learned that it to me
or
is
like
such
welcoming
a
them
fulfilling
back.
thing.
Yeah. That's really sweet. I love that. I have no feeling is forever. So this is kind of similar to what your first one was, but I think sometimes that can be very scary, that no feeling is forever, because like when you're experiencing a lot of good, you want it to stay. But I am kind of leaning towards the more comforting side of no feeling is forever. Like, no matter what you're experiencing, it will always ebb and flow. And if you're going through a really hard time, like, joy will return to you.
Yeah.
And it might not stay forever, but like it will come back. It will always come back. And that's always something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully like whenever the bad comes back, like, you know more, you've learned more, you're more well equipped.
Yeah.
So
my next one is, I think everyone deserves a birthday cake. And I've learned that even when people say like, no, don't go out of your way, I don't need a birthday cake, like that's too much. Everyone deserves one.
Yeah.
And it can make someone's birthday that much more special. So.
And you're just so good at it.
I just love making people birthday cakes.
My goodness. It's always a good idea to get bangs, and it's always a good idea to grow them out. And I have a little bit of an explanation here.
Okay.
And this is maybe just more personal, because I don't think that like everyone should be getting bangs. I don't think that it's always the time to get bangs. I don't want it to be interpreted in that way. I just feel like for myself personally, when I have debated getting bangs in the past, like, you know, I do think like in a general sense, I think I prefer myself without bangs. But if your mind is like teetering with the idea of getting bangs, I think it's the time. And you need to do yourself the service of like getting the bangs and like seeing it through and experiencing it. And then when you are at the point where you're like, should I grow out my bangs? The same kind of like theory applies, that like it's your time to grow out your bangs, and like the bang wave has like come and it's passed, and like it's moved through you, and like hopefully that like helps you figure some things out, or like you just had a really great bang era and it's like it's come and it's gone.
I like that.
And that's like how I feel about bangs in general for myself.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, I don't know, like I think about your bang eras and like I feel similarly.
Interesting. I think I'm just bad at upkeeping my bangs.
I'm talking about like short bangs.
Oh,
I'm talking
I would
about
agree with
bang bangs.
I would agree with that. When I had bang bangs, yeah.
Like in your like in your apartment.
Yeah, in my Rachel apartment. You can say I don't live there anymore. Haven't lived there in a long time. Yes, anyways. I would agree. Those were short bangs. Yes. And that was something. And
also just generally like haircuts in general. Yeah. If you are debating like a bolder haircut, just fucking do it. Hair grows back. Yeah. It's like actually not that serious.
No.
And I think it's really fun to look back like years from now at your early adulthood and be like, oh my God, like that was that time that I had like really short hair, or like I dyed my hair this color.
Yeah. Or like that I cut my hair in the woods late at night and then I had to go into the office the next day.
Exactly.
And it was actually really not a good look.
Yes. Like that's just a fun marker of time, I think.
Totally.
Anyway.
Okay. I love my own company. I have learned that. But I think I've known that for a long time. Mm-hmm. And I think I learned it at a like fairly young age. I was like, I love hanging out with myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you'll have to hang out with yourself forever.
Yeah. So like I might as well like her.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well make it someone I want to hang out with.
Yeah. And like enjoy your time.
Exactly. This one is something I actually learned last year. And then I reiterated it a few days ago. And it's topical because this is our birthday episode. The best way to know how someone wants to celebrate their birthday is to send them a personalized form but in a broader sense. Ask people the questions that you want to know the answers to. Don't assume, don't guess, just ask. And the other day when I made you your customized how would you like to spend your birthday form, I was like, we're going to do this, and I'm going to theme it like this, and it's going to be this. And then I sent it to you, and you were like, I actually just want to watch Pitch Perfect. And I was like, see, all I had to do was ask.
All you had to do was ask.
And that's why it's on the forefront of my mind. But I think that I've really learned this at work. I think I've learned it in my friendships as, like, things just, things change as you get older, and you just have to ask.
Yeah.
Whether it's like you want something, you have to ask for it. You don't know the answer to something, you don't have to sit there and look like a fool who doesn't know the answer to something. Like, you can just ask.
Yeah. It can be that simple.
Be open to learning. Or if you're lost, you can ask someone where to go.
Yeah.
And I think you like grow up asking people questions all the time, and then you get insecure about it randomly. It's like you wake up one day and you're like, I never want to have to ask for anything again in my life.
Yeah.
It's like,
we're not meant to like do it on our own.
No.
And we're not meant to like have all the answers.
And how are you going to learn to do it on your own if you don't ask what you need to know to get there? So
love that.
Yeah.
And it's just like crazy that the Google Forms can just teach us so much about life.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Next I have, you are capable of way more than you think. And this is something that I am constantly learning, because I often, when I am down in the dumps and I feel like I can't handle more and life just throws some curveballs my way, I always figure it out. And I have like these experiences that I can point to that kind of prove to myself like I can handle way more than I think. And like, if I think back to a few years ago, like I would have never guessed that I could do these things or like overcome like these fears. So
I'm going to jump down to like the end of my list and read out, I am brave and I am capable, and there is nothing I cannot do if I don't put my mind to it.
Very similar vibe. And
you just summed it all up. So I'm not even going to bother elaborating on that because ditto.
Love it.
Yeah. So glad we learned the same thing.
Well, it's because we're in this in the same space.
Exactly.
You're in my head. So
Google Drive living room.
Next I have, get the damn rotisserie chicken. And I'll explain. Well, it's because I was just really excited when I saw that you got a rotisserie chicken, because I was particularly craving a rotisserie chicken this week.
I knew. It's like I could sense it.
And it just made me think about how like the rotisserie chicken is kind of a metaphor in this sense here. It's kind of symbolic. It can be anything that you want it to be. Like if you are craving something at this grown age of 27 almost now, like just go get yourself what you're craving. Like spend the $5 and like it will probably make your day.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah.
And if you really want something, obviously like I'm not giving you like horrible financial advice. Don't do anything like
ridiculous,
completely irresponsible, but like we're talking sweet treats. We're talking like just like these small things to make your day better.
Yeah.
Get the rotisserie chicken if you're craving it, girl.
Yeah.
Don't fucking get the chicken breast that you're gonna have to bake, and it's just like some nights you just want the rotisserie chicken.
That's exactly what happened today when I went to the store, because I knew that I was gonna make us dinner, and I also knew that I had baking stuff to prep, like cafe related stuff.
Just my oven was gonna be easier.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I will spend $1 more, or maybe even less, because chicken breasts are expensive. Like it's not like those things don't grow on trees. So
surely not.
I was like, fuck it, I'm getting the rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
And then you were so excited. And I was like, oh, and you know what? It was delicious. And it was so easy. Dinner was ready in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Anyway.
That's a good one. I really like that. Last week, I was having just like a kind of shitty day. And after work, all I wanted to do was get outside, feel some air, feel the sun on my face, and go get the world's biggest Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And so I did.
That's what you did.
I drove to the nearest McDonald's, which, by the way, is not the one you think it is. There's one equally equidistant in the opposite direction.
What?
Yeah. Anyways, so now you know. And it was great. And that was all I did. That was my little end of day thing. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I spent all day wanting a Diet Coke. I'm going to go get my fucking Diet Coke. Yeah. Give me my Diet Coke.
And if you want it that bad, like, surely it will make you feel better.
Yeah. Something I have learned at this big age is how to make my favorite pasta perfectly every time. And I made it last night for...
This is a really good skill to have.
Yeah. I made it last night for our friends. We had a little dinner party, and it's just a spicy vodka pasta. It is my friend Hannah's recipe, and I learned it from her, from watching her make it for me and my roommates, like time and time again. And I really just think I have perfected it, and I can make that thing vegan. I can make it gluten-free. I can make it at my house. I can make it probably over a campfire. Like, I love it. It is always good. And I hope I never, ever tire of eating it.
That's awesome.
And I think it's really important that everybody has something for themselves that they can make like that.
And it's delicious. FYI.
Thank you.
I have rest is productive. And this is one that I really am still learning. But I do think I've made significant progress on reframing how I think about rest and how important it is and how it's not just like something that should be optional in our lives. But yeah, still learning that one.
It's a good one. When I was coming up with my list, I did think about like trying to say something along the lines of like, when you are sick, rest, because I have a really hard time like accepting.
So does Olive.
Yeah. She doesn't want to accept anything.
No.
Oh, one thing I have learned, not a lesson, it's just a fact. You never know when you're going to meet your best friends. You never know when you're going to meet a new friend. You never know when you're going to meet a new enemy. But I just think it's very special that you never know when you're going to meet your best friend or one of your future best friends. It doesn't even have to be your best friend. It's just, that's what I'm saying. And
how exciting is that?
Yeah. First time I met you, I probably didn't ever think I'd see you again. So here we are.
Like, we get it.
I'm just like really chill. I'm sorry. I have my cool girl chill Nick Jonas shirt on. Like
your rugby jersey.
It's my nonchalant. Yeah. Not to be confused with chalant.
No. That's a story for another time. That's true. That's kind of beautiful to think about.
Yeah. And can pretty much be applied to like everything else in your life.
I have actually pay attention to when you feel your best, because there's usually a recipe for that and you can recreate it in the future. If at like 5 p.m. you're noticing like, I'm having a really awesome day. What have I done so far today? And like, how is it different than other days? And like, if you want to live a life of like joy and ease, or like at least strive for that, it's a pretty good way to get there. You like learn that recipe. Next, I have whatever you don't work through will continue to show up until it's impossible to ignore. And I don't think that this is meant to be like a discouraging type of reminder, but more so
a threat.
Literally, like you can deal with it now or you can deal with it later.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Yeah.
And this can be applied to like anything that you need to work through.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Again, with you kind of reading my mind, because I think I had drafted something originally about like, stop trying to suppress your feelings. Like, you have learned this like time and time again.
Yeah.
So
nothing good really ever happens when you ignore how you feel.
No, and I don't really think that many people have like had a successful outcome with it.
No.
So survey says actually people have had the opposite.
Yeah.
So okay, next I have, in a lot of ways you're exactly who you were at 12. Always look for the things that make you feel that sense of joy. And that
good.
kind of
really
like brand of joy. Like, I have just learned time and time again that the same things that brought me joy and brought me like whimsy and excitement at that age, they bring me the same joy now. And like maybe they're a bit different and they morph as I go through time and as I age, but like at their core, they're the same things because at my core, I am the same person.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's really sweet. And I think that's true for me too. Like, it's always like a nice reminder when you return to like certain hobbies and you still love it just as much, and it makes you feel like yourself, and you're like, yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
And she's been here all along. I love that. I have not everything is about you, and actually most things aren't. This is like kind of a hard pill to swallow, especially for me as an Aries, because I like to think that everything is about me. Mm-hmm. But like in so many scenarios, like how people react or what they say to you or how the situation plays out has so little to do with you and your capabilities and who you are as a person and what you deserve. Like sometimes it's just so far beyond you.
Yeah.
And most times it is.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's a very good one. I think we're kind of nearing our end. I have one more. Because the next one that I have was actually about being brave and capable, but you already took that from me, so.
I have two more.
Yeah. Do you want to go again then?
Sure.
Okay.
I have nobody has it figured out, and I put in parentheses comforting. Yes. Because that is another one of those things not to that be confused. Can be scary. Yeah. I think it's like kind of comforting to know that once you reach adulthood and you try to figure things out for yourself for the first time, you realize that like everyone else is just kind of faking it till they make it, and like none of us have it all figured out.
No.
And that's okay.
Okay, my last one. We've made it. I can't believe it because Olive has been putting us through the ringer. My last one is that I have learned that I love learning. And that sounds ridiculous and kind of cringy, but I
don't think it's cringy.
I just love learning. I love getting the chance to feel kind of like nerdy about something and passionate about something. Yeah, I just think like I always feel fulfilled in my life when I am learning about something, or I feel like I'm like expanding my knowledge. Mm-hmm. And that can be something serious. That can be something like so totally unserious. And I just am very happy that I like learning. Life is hopefully long, and you're going to learn literally all the time. And I'm very grateful that I like learning.
Mm-hmm. And also life is just more fun when you're curious.
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing that I have is to learn to laugh at yourself, because life is only as serious as you make it out to be.
Yeah.
And like for the most part.
Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock.
Exactly. I just think that there have been so many situations in my life where I've felt embarrassment when instead I could have just like laughed at myself and like not taken life too seriously. Mm-hmm. And I hope to like enter my 27th year with a little bit of that like lightness.
Lightness, laughter, learning.
Exactly. The 3 L's.
Live, laugh, love.
This is 27.
So we have learned a lot. We've done a great deal of learning.
And we're never going to stop learning.
No. Hopefully we just get to keep learning forever. So maybe next year we'll come back with 27 things. Or maybe we just come back with one more thing that we've learned.
Yeah.
We've kind of already done the heavy lifting.
Right.
It took me 26 years to learn all 3 members of Migos.
Yeah.
So.
And like, I don't know.
Maybe I'll come back in 26 years and know maybe like all of the members of like the Backstreet Boys. I don't know.
We'll just keep adding to the list of like bands that we know.
Boy bands.
Yeah.
Calling Migos a boy band.
The original
boy band Migos. Rap trio. Okay.
Rap trio.
Okay. Orders?
Orders of the week. My order is for Olive to like have some more quiet time. My order isn't for myself, it's for Olive.
Yeah. That was actually going to be my order too, because the persistent meowing has banished all other thoughts from my brain. It's actually all I can think about right now.
Right.
But now that you said it, I will pick something else. Mm-hmm. And I will say that my order of the week this week is that my friend Vic has a really happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should have a more fun order for myself considering it is my birthday week.
Maybe because it's your birthday week, you're allowed to have 2 orders.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this rule.
What, are we going to place a limit on my orders on my birthday week?
No.
Another order I have for myself will be to eat something really yummy on my birthday.
That's a good one.
And also maybe to get a pedicure.
Also a good one.
Maybe I'll treat myself to a birthday pedicure.
Do it.
Who's going to stop me?
Do it.
Not me.
Not me. Olive can try.
She won't win.
You hear that, Olive? We won.
I love how she's quiet now.
I know.
Now that we're wrapping up the episode.
Yeah.
Typical.
I guess this is our episode, our first ever birthday episode.
I know.
Maybe ruined by a cat. We'll find out.
And we'll have another episode before, we'll sit down for another chat before your birthday. So yes. I will reserve my birthday wishes for you.
For then.
I don't want you guys to think that, like, I'm forgetting about Kate's birthday. Like, it's on my radar. And it should be on your radars as well. It's on the 16th. Put it in your calendar, please.
We're 2 weeks apart. I repeat, we're 2 weeks apart. It's not that hard to remember. You actually just have to remember one. Mm-hmm. Subtract or add 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. And with that, I think we're done here.
And with that, this is 27. Can't wait to see what it will bring with you, girl. Love you, girl.
Love you, girl. And see you next time. See you when you're 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
Big 27.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Bye.